ज़्यादा जो पॉटहोल्स होते हैं वो बिटुमिनस रोड्स पे होते हैं, इसीलिए शायद आज कंक्रीट रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन ज़्यादा हो रहा है या कोई और रीज़न है?
देखिए, बिटुमिनस रोड्स में जो मेजर पॉटहोल का कारण होता है कि अगर उसमें कहीं कोई हेयर लाइन क्रैक्स हैं, उनको आपने टाइमली मेंटेन नहीं किया और उनसे वाटर सीप आउट हुआ, तो वहाँ स्ट्रिपिंग एग्रीगेट एंड बिटुमिन इंटरफेस पर स्ट्रिपिंग होने के कारण पॉटहोल क्रिएट्स होता है।
ये जो डेवलपमेंट इंडिया में हो रहा है, आई फील इट्स द गोल्डन एरा ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट। हाउ स्टील स्लैग कैन बी बेटर, या आज भी जो ट्रेडिशनल मटेरियल्स यूज होते हैं उसी से काम चल सकता है फ्यूचर में?
So steel slag road is a sort of a perpetual pavement. It will not require any sort of maintenance and rehabilitation for next 10 years. And so far we have not seen even a single pothole in any of the road.
You have been a pioneer of introducing so many technologies in India. But जब भी कोई भी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर नया टेक्नोलॉजी यूज़ करना चाहता भी है तो उसके दिमाग में एक रिस्क फैक्टर आता है कि विल दिस वर्क?
Any technological development and upgradation is a gradual process. So with time it improves, with time it gives better results, and through which only the things come forward. In case if they want, the CSIR CRI is open to do all necessary hand holding on technological front also when they are implementing it.
What is more difficult, proving a technology or convincing people to use it? What if I told you that most infrastructure failures are decided before a single brick is laid? We see highways, airports, and bridges as engineering achievements, but the real story of infrastructure is written much earlier, inside decisions that never make headlines. Today on Infra Dialogues, we are going behind those decisions. Let's talk about what really builds and what quietly breaks the future. Joining us is Dr. Satish Pandey, Senior Principal Scientist and Head of the Flexible Pavement Division at CRRI, New Delhi, and Professor at the Academy of Scientific and Industrial Research and Institute of National Importance. He holds multiple patents, has published extensively, and has pioneered breakthrough technologies like steel slag roads, EcoFix for instant pothole repair, RejuPave for road recycling, and Terra surfacing for preventive maintenance. We are truly privileged to have a mind that is not just building roads, but redefining what sustainable infrastructure can look like for India. Dr. Pandey, welcome to the Infra Dialogues.
Thank you, Tanvi for this illustrious introduction.
Yeah.
And it's my privilege to be the part of this podcast.
So, starting with our conversation, हम ऑडियंस को पहले ये बताना चाहते हैं कि CRRI क्या है. वी नो सेंट्रल रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, बट जब रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन की बात आती है तो उसमें भी रिसर्च होता है, ये भी काफ़ी लोग जानते नहीं हैं. तो वी जस्ट वांट टू नो कि एक CRRI में एक पूरा दिन कैसे चलता है, किस तरह की एक्टिविटीज़ होती है, ये आप हमारे ऑडियंस को बताइए.
So CSIR Central Road Research Institute was established in 1951 as a constituent laboratory of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. केंद्रीय सड़क अनुसंधान संस्थान 1952 से कंटिन्यूअसली रोड निर्माण में नई तकनीकों के निर्माण के लिए निरंतर कार्य कर रहा है. CRI के अंदर 7 डिवीज़न हैं, 7 डिफरेंट डिवीजन्स हैं जो डिफरेंट एरियाज में वर्क करते हैं. मैं केंद्रीय सड़क अनुसंधान संस्थान के फ्लेक्सिबल पेमेंट डिवीज़न को हेड करता हूं, और मेरे डिवीज़न के अंदर जो आप ब्लैक टॉप रोड्स देखते हैं, जिन्हें हम बिटुमिनस रोड्स भी कहते हैं, उस विषय पर निरंतर शोध कार्य, नई तकनीकों का हम R&D उस पर वर्क करते हैं और मेंटेनेंस टेक्निक्स को डेवलप करते हैं. हमारा इम्पीटस होता है कि हम कैसे रोड को मोर ड्यूरेबल, एनवायरमेंटल फ्रेंडली एंड रिसोर्स ऑप्टिमाइजेशन की तरफ ले जा सकें. इस दिशा में कार्य करते हुए हमने कई तरह की तकनीकी डेवलप की हैं, जिसके बारे में आपने इंट्रोडक्शन में थोड़ा बताया. इसके साथ ही पैरेलली हम डिफरेंट नई तकनीकों पर भी कार्य कर रहे हैं, जिससे हम कन्वेंशनल मटेरियल की यूटिलाइजेशन को रोड निर्माण में कम कर सकें. तो अगर आप CRI में कोई कॉमन सिटीजन एक दिन अपना व्यतीत करता है तो ही विल सी लाइक देयर इज लॉट ऑफ साइंस इन रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन, रोड मेंटेनेंस एरियाज. We test numerous number of material on multiple parameters, and after rigorous exercise, we permit the utilization of any new material, new technologies for road construction and maintenance purposes. Although all the roads are look alike, it's a
Yes.
bituminous road, but underneath of that there is a lot of science involved into it.
या तो जब हम फ्लेक्सिबल पेवमेंट की बात करते हैं जो बिटुमिनस रोड्स होते हैं, तो हमने पास्ट में देखा हुआ है कि ज्यादा जो पॉटहोल्स होते हैं वो बिटुमिनस रोड्स पे होते हैं, इसीलिए शायद आज कंक्रीट रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन ज्यादा हो रहा है या कोई और रीजन है.
देखिए bituminous road, like there is always a point of discussion between the bituminous and cement concrete road, like which one is better.
यस.
But these both types of roads are good for different types of condition. देखिए बिटुमिनस रोड्स में जो मेजर पॉटहोल का कारण होता है कि अगर उसमें कहीं कोई हेयर लाइन क्रैक्स हैं, उनको आपने टाइमली मेंटेन नहीं किया और उनसे वाटर सीप आउट हुआ, तो वहाँ स्ट्रिपिंग, एग्रीगेट एंड बिटुमिन इंटरफेस पर स्ट्रिपिंग होने के कारण पॉटहोल क्रिएट्स होता है. तो अगर आप प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस टाइमली करते हैं और रोड की सरफेस को मेंटेन करते हैं तो बिटुमिनस रोड्स कैन लास्ट इवन लॉन्ग देन द सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड. इसकी परफॉर्मेंस, राइडिंग क्वालिटी काफी बेहतर होती है, साथ ही साथ कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट भी सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड की तुलना में 40%
बहुत
कम
है.
होती है. सो इसके साथ अगर आप मेंटेनेंस एस्पेक्ट भी देखें तो मेंटेनेंस, बिटुमिनस रोड का मेंटेनेंस सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड की तुलना में काफी आसान होता है. और सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड में मेंटेन करने के लिए आपको रोड लेन्स को काफी समय तक बंद भी रखना पड़ता है. तो अगर कहीं कोई वाटर लॉगिंग का इशू है या कहीं हैवीली लोडेड स्ट्रेस है तो उस एरियाज में आप सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड यूज कर सकते हैं. जैसे मुंबई पुणे एक्सप्रेसवे पे सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड का यूज हुआ था घाट पोर्शन पर, क्योंकि वहाँ कंटिन्यूअसली हाई रेनफॉल एरियाज था और साइड स्लोप से भी वाटर आता था. तो उन कंडीशंस में उस रोड ने बेहतर परफॉर्म किया. लेकिन साथ ही साथ अगर आप बिटुमिनस रोड भी देखें तो अगर अच्छी गुणवत्ता के साथ बिटुमिनस रोड बनाई जाए और उसका टाइमली मेंटेनेंस किया जाए तो उसमें भी पॉटहोल की समस्या नहीं
आएगी. तो जैसे हम अभी रिसेंटली जो नागपुर मुंबई हाईवे है वो भी काफी हद तक सीमेंट कंक्रीट से ही बना है. तो व्हाट वाज दैट रीजन कि वो क्यों बिटुमिन से नहीं बना और सीमेंट कंक्रीट से बना, जबकि आप बोल रहे हैं कि 40% लेस कॉस्ट में बन सकता है.
Sometimes like these policy decisions are the technology oriented and long-term durability and perpetual payment point of view से सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड प्रेफर करते हैं. लेकिन सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड में भी अगर क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स ठीक से मेंटेन नहीं हुए तो बहुत काफी अर्ली स्टेज पे भी डिस्ट्रेसेस, रोड डिस्ट्रेसेस आ सकते हैं और उसके बाद उसका मेंटेनेंस भी काफी कॉस्टली हो जाता है. सेंट्रल रोड रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट हमने काफी फेलियर इन्वेस्टिगेशन किए हैं जिसमें सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड में भी अर्ली स्टेज पर डिस्ट्रेसेस आए हैं. ऑल्दो वी अज्यूम दैट द सर्विस लाइफ ऑफ द सीमेंट कंक्रीट रोड विल बी अराउंड 30 years, बट अगर उसमें कंस्ट्रक्शन प्रॉपर नहीं हुआ है, क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स मेंटेन नहीं हुए तो उसमें भी आपको ओवरले की जरूरत एक कम समय में पड़ सकती है. साथ ही साथ आप उसमें अगर आप राइडिंग क्वालिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखेंगे तो देयर आर द जॉइंट्स एंड इसके रेजिस्टेंस को प्रिवेंट करने के लिए आपको टेक्सचरिंग करनी पड़ती है, जिसके कारण रोड यूजर्स का जो एक्सपीरियंस होता है राइडिंग क्वालिटी पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इट इज नॉट एट पार विद द बिटुमिनस रोड.
राइट, वो तो है. काफी कोई भी ड्राइवर हो जो शायद ये पॉडकास्ट आज देख रहा हो वो कोई भी अग्री करेगा कि एक ड्राइविंग क्वालिटी जो एक बिटुमिन रोड की होती है उन्हें मजा आता है वो ड्राइव करने में, चला के.
There is a need of technological innovation parallelly. आपको क्वालिटी पैरामीटर्स, क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस बहुत अच्छा करना है जिससे आप बिटुमिनस रोड में भी अच्छी क्वालिटी की रोड का निर्माण कर सकें. So I traveled couple of Gulf countries like including Dubai and Oman and all. So in all those countries you will find mainly the bituminous roads and the quality of roads is very
excellent.
Good. So the same sort of road is under construction in India. Even we have achieved that type of quality standard on couple of road sections. But still many things is to be done. And particularly on quality assurance, quality monitoring part, if we can improve significantly, then bituminous road even perform better than the cement concrete road.
Definitely. तो जब ये सारा टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट हो रहा था पिछले कई सालों में या पिछले 10 सालों में ही हम ले लेते इन द पास्ट डिकेड, ऐसी क्या चीज थी जो मोस्ट सरप्राइजिंग थी आपके लिए जब ये आप टेक्नोलॉजी लाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे?
The most surprising factor, like whenever there is any technological innovation, so it starts from the conceptualization of the idea, and you start working on that particular type of material. Let us take the story of the steel slag road
Yes.
itself. So we started it under Government of India Waste to Wealth program. A major project was sponsored by Ministry of Steel. And steel slag is generated as a solid waste inside the integrated steel plant in India. Around 25 million ton steel slag is generated annually, and this quantity is expected to reach 60 million ton by the end of 2030.
That's great.
So there is a huge amount of steel slag is lying in and around the steel plant. So conventionally it is looked as a solid waste which is causing air, land and water pollution. So when we were trying to convince the even road authorities like this sort of things can happen, so even we faced the challenge at the NHA level also, since we proposed to build the entire road using steel slag aggregate alone. So there was no natural aggregate inside it. So the first thought was that let us try on the service road. Then we convinced them like it should be done on the main carriageway itself, and then we built the NS6 to Hazira Port 6 lane. 1.2 kilometer long steel slag road entirely through processed steel slag aggregate only. So this sort of challenge was even at the road authority level, like where the person who understand the subjects are sitting there.
Yeah.
So from the common people point of view, like the perception is always like the common persons is always remain little bit fearful towards the new technological approach. Like if any sort of mishap may happen, then who will take the responsibility or all? But with the innovative development, we should take the risk, the calculated risk, which is backed through the scientific findings. And we promote this utilization of sustainable material in road construction activity purposes.
Now going ahead, अगर कोई एक PhD किया हुआ इंजीनियर है या MTech या BTech जो चाहता है कि रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट में काम करे, तो what he should look at, what are the ways in which he should upgrade himself and how he can work in an institution like CRRI?
Okay, so for the fresh graduates or even those who have done their post-graduation and PhD, there are a couple of opportunities in CSIR Central Road Research Institute. We engage them as a project assistant, senior project assistant on regular basis in our ongoing R&D projects. Through that, they can get couple of hand-hold training inside the institute on different technological aspects. They will find the real challenges which we are facing on roads while we are carrying out any sort of failure investigation or suggesting new technologies for improvement and all. And afterward, like there is a regular recruitment process also through which they can get integrated. They can become the part of the CSIR Central Road Research Institute, and they can start their journey as a scientist, as I did in 2006. So. Besides that, there are CSIR programs like the Council of Central Industrial Research or also engage the new interns as a research assistant. So we have that program also, and for which the advertisement is available on our website. So anyone can go through those advertisements, can apply, and if they will be shortlisted, they will be called for the interview, and they can become the part of us.
That's great. ये बहुत अच्छी चीज है क्योंकि अगर अदर सेक्टर्स हम देखें, अदर स्ट्रीम्स ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग की IT है या मैकेनिकल है जहाँ पे शायद डेवलप कंट्रीज में ज्यादा एडवांसमेंट हो रही है, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू सिविल इंजीनियरिंग आई फील इंडिया से ज्यादा एडवांसमेंट्स और कहीं नहीं हो रहा है क्योंकि बाकी डेवलप कंट्रीज में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इज ऑलरेडी डेवलप्ड. तो शायद रिसर्च का उतना स्कोप नहीं है जितना इंडिया में है. आपको क्या लगता है?
Civil engineering is a fascinating field, and in India, since there is an infrastructure boom, like we are developing good number of national highways, expressways all across the country. So even we have the dearth of good civil engineer right now. So there is a lot of scope for a civil engineer if they can have real professional experience and training in a good organization like CRRI or as well as the field agencies like your organization. Then there is a good opportunity to them to be the part of any nation building process.
डेफिनेटली ये जो डेवलपमेंट इंडिया में हो रहा है, आई फील इट्स द गोल्डन एरा ऑफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट. जिस तरह के रोड्स आज यंग इंजीनियर आके पहले उनको टू लेन या 4 लेन रोड्स पे काम करने मिलता था, आज डायरेक्टली दे आर वर्किंग ऑन एक्सप्रेसवेज लाइक
Yes.
दिल्ली मुंबई, दिल्ली
Yes.
सहारनपुर, इतना ज़्यादा डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है, केबल स्टेट ब्रिजेस बन रहे हैं, आइकॉनिक स्ट्रक्चर्स बन रहे हैं, इवन इन रेलवेज, द वंदे भारत, द हाई स्पीड कॉरिडोर रेलवेज, इस तरह का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट फेज शायद दोबारा नहीं आए। तो जो इस फेज में काम कर रहा है, दे आर वेरी लकी एंड इट्स, आई फील इट्स द गोल्डन एज। Moving on to our second segment, which we called as a trade-off segment, जहाँ पे we'll discuss about the two choices and you can talk about one preferred choice या the balance between both of them. तो पहला हम डिस्कस करना चाहेंगे यूजिंग स्टील स्लैग वर्सेस ट्रेडिशनल मटेरियल्स। तो हाउ स्टील स्लैग कैन बी बेटर, या आज भी जो ट्रेडिशनल मटेरियल्स यूज होते हैं उसी से काम चल सकता है फ्यूचर में?
Tanvi ji, there is no apt technology for every sort of situation. We have to see like what technology will be appropriate at a particular location and through which we can reap maximum benefit out of it. So as you discuss about the steel slag road,
So steel slag road का जो हमने डेवलपमेंट किया था उसका मेजर रीजन था सस्टेनेबल वेस्ट यूटिलाइजेशन। So in and around the steel plant in 300-kilometer peripheral road, it's provide a very good option to substitute the natural aggregate using steel slag aggregate. So in terms of quality parameters, performance aspect, if we will see, so steel slag road is a sort of a perpetual payment, will not require any sort of maintenance and rehabilitation for next 10 years. So for last 3.5 years, we are monitoring the performance of steel slag road section built across India. And so far, we have not seen even a single pothole in any of the road. And on technological front, if you will see, the cost of the construction is around 42% less than the conventional road built through natural aggregate. साथ ही साथ आप उस ओवरऑल रोड की थिकनेस को भी अराउंड 1/3 30 to 38% के बीच में कम कर सकते हैं. So the cost of the steel slag aggregate is cheaper. It is available at 1/3 cost of the natural aggregate. Parallelly, आप ओवरऑल रोड थिकनेस को कम करके रिसोर्स कंजर्वेशन कर रहे हैं. Of that is, and besides that, whatever you are utilizing, it is the industrial waste derived material. There is no natural aggregate inside it. So in those situations, the steel slag road can offer a very good solution. So at far distance also, like in Arunachal Pradesh, we built a steel slag road at zero with border road organization. तो उस रोड को बनाने के पीछे हमारा मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव ये था कि उस हाई एल्टीट्यूड एरियाज में कन्वेंशनल रोड एवरी 3-4 years में डिटोरेट हो जाती थी. There is a situation of high rainfall, low temperature condition. Besides that, in that particular locality, there is no good quality aggregate was available. So as per the study carried out by the Border Road Organization group of officers, the minimum expected service life of that surfacing is around 8 to 9 years. So for 9 years, they will not require any sort of resurfacing. So if you will see from life cycle cost aspect point of view, then steel slag road is still cheaper at such high altitude and far distance from the steel plant. So far we tested on very heavy traffic corridors where the design traffic is around 100 to 150 MSA. So for your audience, like between 3,000 to 4,000 commercial vehicle per day are moving on those roads. उसके बाद भी उस roads में किसी भी तरह का distress नहीं है. तो मुंबई में जैसे हमने आने 66 में मुंबई गोवा पर स्टील slag रोड का कंस्ट्रक्शन किया. So that road is situated in front of JSW Steel Dolvi plant. So it is just a nearby area and you can reap maximum benefit out of this technology.
तो आज अगर किसी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को ये स्टील स्लैग अपने प्रोजेक्ट में यूज करना है, इज इट इजियर, वो कैन ही टेक दैट डिसीजन टू यूज इट, या उसमें देयर आर सम अप्रूवल्स रिक्वायर्ड?
So with Ministry of Steel, we have already developed the national guidelines for utilization and processing of steel slag as processed steel slag aggregate in road construction. So it is published by the Ministry of Steel and forwarded by the NITI Aayog. So it is already integrated into the MORTH and NHCI system, and you can just induct it and just approve them and can construct the road using it.
Yeah.
So it is not a difficult task.
Yeah. And अगर कंसल्टेंट्स हमारे जैसे है जो काफी DPRs कर रहे हैं हम विद NHCI मिनिस्ट्री, तो अगर हमें वो इनकॉर्पोरेट करना है, तो लाइक यू आर सेइंग अगर वो कॉस्ट सेविंग भी है एंड इफ इट डजंट रिक्वायर एनी रिसर्फेसिंग 8-10 years, तो आई थिंक इट्स अ गुड रिप्लेसमेंट टू द नेचुरल रिसोर्स ऑल्सो, जो आज दिक्कत हो रही है मिलने में। तो ये सारी चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए कंसल्टेंट्स को ऐसा क्या करना चाहिए दैट वो डीपीआर में वो चीज इंक्लूड करे, या किस तरह से वो कर सकते?
First of all, the consultant should be aware about the technology and its potential benefit. तो जैसे अभी हमने NH53 में डायमंड बुर्स के सामने सूरत में 8 लेन 8 किलोमीटर NHAI सेगमेंट स्टील स्लैग से कंप्लीट किया। तो उसमें भी क्या, उसमें जो रोड कॉन्ट्रैक्टर था, he was aware about the technology, so he approached the consultant to get it incorporated.
ओके।
Similarly आप भंडारा बाईपास जो नागपुर के पास कंस्ट्रक्ट हुआ NH53 पर, उसमें भी करीब 3 किलोमीटर रोड्स में स्टील स्लैग एग्रीगेट का यूज हुआ, तो उसमें भी उसको इंडक्ट करके बनाया गया। साथ ही साथ अशोका बिल्डकॉन वेस्ट बंगाल में इसको यूज कर रही है बनाने में। तो इट इज अबाउट द अवेयरनेस, लाइक वेदर ही इज अवेयर अबाउट द पोटेंशियल बेनिफिट एंड इट्स अवेलेबिलिटी। इस चीज को ध्यान में रखते हुए हम एक वेब GIS पोर्टल भी डेवलप कर रहे हैं।
ओके।
सो एज पर द डायरेक्शन और विजन ऑफ ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया, to penetrate this technology on pan-India basis, we are developing a web GIS portal which will give you a real-time idea about the steel slag aggregate availability in different steel plants across India.
Across India.
So through which you can just have it, you can calculate the distance from the plant to your roadside, and then it can move forward. So that is the one approach, like that is the one way forward we have thought of and we are working on this.
तो स्टील स्लैग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की जब बात आती है, व्हाट इज द कैपेसिटी दैट इज, क्योंकि जिस तरह का डेवलपमेंट इंडिया में हो रहा है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू रोड कंस्ट्रक्शन, तो उसका रिक्वायरमेंट भी ज्यादा होगा। तो अगर स्टील स्लैग का यूसेज बढ़ गया तो डज इट हैव द कैपेसिटी, या उतना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हो रहा है कि वो केटर कर पाए टू द डेवलपमेंट दैट इज हैपनिंग?
Tanviji, like it's not about the all roads shall be constructed and all roads should utilize this and this. So every year in India around 1.2 billion ton natural aggregates are utilized for road construction and maintenance work. So with this space, if we will consuming our natural resources, a time will come like there will not be any type of good quality aggregate will be available. So we have to see towards the alternate source of material, and particularly on the waste material.
Correct.
Through which we can construct our durable green infrastructure. So annually, like there is around 25 million ton steel slag production, steel slag generation is happening in the country, and the national steel policy analyzes the annual steel production to the tune of 300 million ton by the end of 2030. So we are expected to generate around 60 million ton steel slag by the end of 2030. So there is an apt time like we should utilize this material as a substitute of natural aggregate.
ओके। और जब इनोवेशन वर्सेस रिस्क की बात आती है, कि कोई भी न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी जब आती है, यू हैव बीन अ पायनियर ऑफ इंट्रोड्यूसिंग सो मेनी टेक्नोलॉजीज इन इंडिया, बट जब भी कोई भी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर नया टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करना चाहता भी है, तो उसके दिमाग में एक रिस्क फैक्टर आता है कि विल दिस वर्क?
So for every type of innovation, there is some amount degree of fear is involved into it. So it's a common like human perception invariably in all sector, whether it is infrastructure or any technology driven sector, it's like that only. So but the infrastructure segment, like if there is a scientific evidence database is available, then the policy makers, even road construction agencies, should be more receptive and they should welcome the technology.
Right.
So it is not something you are building the entire infrastructure using it, so you are implementing on part of it, and it's any technological development and upgradation is a gradual process. So with time it improves, with time it gives better results, and through which only the things come forward. So there should not be any fearful approach, rather than like they should take this calculated risk, and in case if they want, the CSIR CRI is open to do all necessary hand holding on technological front also when they are implementing it.
Okay.
So we even guiding them on site, we are helping them on site, like how it is to be utilized, how it can be done, and in case any kind of quality supervision is required, then we are also providing that support to them.
Yes.
So it basically inculcate the kind of confidence in them to get it utilized in a longer way.
Yeah, definitely. I think with respect to the costing also, जो short term costing देखी जाती है, instead of that, as you rightly said, it should be about the entire life cycle
Life
cost
cycle.
of the project.
Yes.
So going ahead with our third segment, which is about leadership and vision. आपने, you said that you have 2 decades of experience in this field. So we want to know from where you started and how you have achieved this level of leadership that you are in today, and what have been the lessons that you learned along this way.
So in any scientific journey, like the most important thing, you should always be open for a new ideas. So first of all, you have to conceive the things, and then you have to pursue the different bodies, including the government agencies, in order to realize them like this idea is worthy in nature. And subsequently, you should do the scientific planning to
Yeah.
achieve them. Later on the implementation stage, like once it is proven in the at laboratory scale and you want to implement at field, then on that stage also you need to pursue it a lot.
Yes.
You have to convince the different road construction agency. So your persistent effort
It's
and
required.
follow up with patience is required in order to realize any dream. So that is the most important aspect whosoever want to excel anything in the scientific domain. So this is the core lesson which I learned in my 20 years journey. And always be innovative in approach. Always see the challenges which the profession is facing in and around, and what the new things you can implement into it, which can ease the level of construction maintenance activities at in road segment. So this is the main important aspect when you want to do or achieve anything being a scientist in this particular segment.
That's great. So when you're working in technological advancement, what is more difficult? Proving a technology or convincing people to use it?
Proving the technology is something like it's a scientific approach. So once you plant something, you can work on it. Although in that journey also you will feel couple of failures. But if you are working in that direction, you may achieve the desired result at one point of time. But when it comes on implementation stage, you have to interact with all sort of persons with all sort of perceptions.
Yes.
So you have to listen them carefully. You have to explain them in detail. And after that, after all, you have to pursue them also in order to get it implemented.
Yeah.
So the implementing the things is the most challenging task rather than developing the things, as
Technology.
from my point of view.
Yeah. So any idea that comes in your lab, and we know that you have achieved a national record in Surat. So from that lab idea to going for a national record, what is that journey? How is that journey? Is it easy? Is it difficult? And how did you achieve it?
So it was a translational research project. So whatever the R&D study we carried out at laboratory scale, it is supposed to be implemented. Besides that, we have to get it developed, the processing facility inside the ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel plant. So we get it produced around 1 lakh ton processed steel slag aggregate there of different sizes. Subsequently, when we approach NHAI, like we want to build the road, so the first suggestion there are the chances of failure, the road may get settled or something like that, and why it should not be implemented at the service road first. So since we are confident in our approach, so we asked them like we want to go on main carriageway, and our industrial partner ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel is also supported us through all possible manner to realize this dream. And subsequently we built that entire road in a very heavy trafficked corridor. So it was a port road. It connects NS6 to Hazira port, so very heavy commercial traffic are moving on it, and we have the dream to build the entire road using slag. So there was no natural aggregate inside it, including road median, road shoulders, even the side drains also built through the steel slag aggregate only.
Oh, great.
So from the bottom to top, like in all layers, there is only steel slag aggregate. Parallelly, we also reduced the overall thickness by 32%. So with reduced thickness, there is an improved stiffness in the road of around 3 times. So it's a sort of a perpetual payment.
Yes.
So once we accomplished this task, we thought to explore the things, and this road got inducted into India Book of Record and Asia Book of Record.
And you will be fascinated to know that like we are also constructing this one such road in Chicago, USA with
Oh.
Philips. So they approached us and their team visited India. They saw the roads as they participated in first international conference on steel slag road at Oberoi.
So I think Atmanirbhar Bharat, the vision of our honorable Prime Minister, we can see it taking its shape, that
Yeah.
Indian products are being recognized worldwide.
So in this direction, like our instant pothole repair technology, EcoFix,
EcoFix.
like that is also one. It's an instant solution
Yes.
to repair the waterlogged pothole during rainy season. So as you see, like the potholes are conventionally repaired through hot mix technology or cold mix technology, and one of the primary requirement to repair the pothole is that you need to do the dewatering at first instance. So during rainy season, it's a very difficult task. अब बारिश के समय जब गड्ढे में पानी भरा है तो सबसे पहले आपको उसको खाली करना है, फिर आपको उसमें टैक कोट प्राइम कोट लगाना है, उसके बाद आप हॉट मिक्स या कोल्ड मिक्स डाल के उसको कॉम्पैक्ट करेंगे. तो बारिश के समय हॉट मिक्स प्लांट को ऑपरेट करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट टास्क होता है क्योंकि ऑल इंग्रेडिएंट आर वेट. बट विद दिस स्टील स्लैग बेस्ड इकोफिक्स टेक्नोलॉजी यू कैन जस्ट फोर दिस इंस्टेंट pothole repair mix in a waterlogged pothole. No dewatering is required. So within 10 minutes, you can open the surface for the traffic movement.
आई थिंक इससे मुंबई की पॉटहोल प्रॉब्लम ही सॉल्व हो जाएगी अगर इफ इट कैन बी यूज्ड इन वाटरलॉग्ड एरियाज.
6 फ्रॉम मुंबई गोवा में मैंने आपके पीडब्ल्यूडी मिनिस्टर मिस्टर ऑनरेबल मिस्टर भोसले जी को डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दिया था. So he saw it and NHA is already utilizing it on NH66 Mumbai Goa.
Yeah. ठीक है, तो we can see that India's infrastructure is in good hands, is taking good shape, and
Yes.
when dreams like Vikasit Bharat 2047 are being seen,
Yes.
where do you see technology going ahead, and what can the young engineers who are going to work in the next 2 decades in the technology sector, what scope and what kind of advancements they can expect?
So, in the era of AI, like everything is going to be technology driven, whether it is infrastructure or any other segment. So, in order to realize the dream of Honorable Prime Minister of India for Viksit Bharat 2047, we have to integrate the innovative technology in our infrastructure segment also. Without it, it is very difficult to achieve and maintain the pace of construction and quality of construction. So the kind of infrastructure is developing in India under Bharatmala project and as well as national different types of expressway we are building. It is very important that like we should integrate the sustainable and green technologies for road construction and maintenance work. It is even in line with the Sustainable Development Goal number 9 for green infrastructure for which the Government of India is signatory.
Yes.
So we are working in this direction with NHAI, Public Works Department, Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, even with the National Rural Road and Development Authority. So for the rural road also we developed one such technology called Modified Mixed Surfacing MSS Plus, through which we are constructing around 206 kilometer rural roads on PNGSY roads across UP.
Okay.
So it's once again an ambient temperature based technology where there is no heating of aggregate and bitumen is required. So this environmental friendly resurfacing work can be carried out at ambient atmospheric temperature. So we are implementing it in different states and hopefully on different PNGSY roads across India, which we are implementing. So these are the domains through which we can maintain and economize our road construction domain in longer run.
I think with these advancements, there is so much scope when it comes to only infrastructure. आप आपके आसपास जो भी देखते हैं, it is infrastructure. And आज हम देखते हैं कि the need of civil engineers in India especially has increased like anything. The demand is more, the supply is less. So I think I urge all the young Indian citizens to take up this field, to take up these challenges and contribute yourself in nation building, because infrastructure is going to be the major contributor to the GDP. And it will help in fulfilling the dream of Vikasit Bharat 2047. So we'll just have a last small segment where we will ask quick questions to you and we expect one-line answers.
Okay.
So I call this segment as Public Wants to Know.
Right.
So these are the questions. The first one thing people don't know about the CSIR CRRI.
CSIR Central Road Research Institute just do considerable research work to prevent the road failures, to conserve the natural resources, and to develop the new technologies.
So, will recycled and green roads actually save taxpayers' money?
Definitely, like the recycling, through recycling process, we can optimize the cost of construction and maintenance. Besides that, the conserving the natural resources. So it is basically the need of this hour. We should reduce our reliance on virgin material,
Yeah.
and we should rely more on road recycling things. And whatever the line inside the road, it should be get it reutilized to build the fresh roads.
That's amazing. And what is one change the citizens of India can see in next 5 years when it comes to road construction?
They will find more smoother, durable roads with better riding quality experience.
Yeah. So I think tomorrow, whoever is driving on those European roads can expect similar kind of roads being developed in India also and be proud about it. So
Yes,
this is what the
definitely.
citizens can
Yes,
take back.
definitely. And that is the goal of CRI as well as
Yes.
different organizations working in India in this domain.
So thank you, Dr. Pandey. It was a lovely conversation, and our audience have got tremendous insights from the work that you do.
Thank you, Tanvi,
Yeah.
for this fascinating talk.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And before we let you go, I would like you to give one message for those young generation or young engineers who are just passing out from their college and entering this big era of infrastructure. What message would you like to give?
Okay, believe in yourself and don't be afraid of taking risk.
Yeah.
Be innovative in your approach, be honest, and keep patience. So the success will come with time.
Conversations like these remind us that infrastructure is not just concrete and asphalt. It is vision, courage, and responsibility towards millions of lives. At the Infra Dialogues, our hope is simple, that every episode makes us think deeper about how India builds, leads, and grows. To our listeners, stay curious, stay critical, and keep believing that better infrastructure can create a better nation. Thank you for watching.